Yeah, I don't really like talking about KKR. We'll do that when I'm forced to. But
All right, so
right now,
let's talk. Okay, so
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about
about
KKR.
KKR
Yeah, that's a great
team.
segue. Well
Yeah.
oh
done.
God.
So
Wait,
as
wait.
KKR MI are playing the game,
I think we should let Rehan take this. He's
Oh,
too emotionally
okay.
invested.
Okay, let's start. So first of all, you dropped two of our retained players in Varun Chakravarti and Venkatesh Iyer. After shifting Venkatesh Iyer up everywhere in the order, he batted at 1, he batted at 2, he batted at 4, he batted at 5, he batted at 6, and he batted at 7 in this tournament. What the hell are you doing? You give him a consistent position to let him show his skills. You you dropped Varun Chakravarti after like 5 games because he was bowling badly, and you got in no replacement because you were stupid at the auction. You have zero replacements for Varun Chakravarti. What the hell were you thinking? He's a bowler who can't walk. His knees are shit, like actually shit. He can't walk properly. That's why he always fields in the 30-yard circle at short third man, because he can't walk. Uh, and you got no backup for him. It's their auction strategies were so terrible. They have no pace hitter in their top six, apart from Russell and Ajinkya Rahane. And if your best chance against pace is Ajinkya Rahane, you clearly messed up big time. You had no keepers. Sheldon Jackson failed when you batted him at 7 out of position. He should be opening. Sam Billings failed because you couldn't get your overseas combinations right. And then Bawa Indrajit, who's a part-time wicketkeeper, he failed because he's not a good enough batsman for this league. It was a shit auction. And post the Gautam Gambhir era, they've had just terrible auction after terrible auction. We've had 8 openers this season, I think. No, sorry, 8 top 3 players this season, and the only ones who have a decent average are Nitesh Rana and Shreyas Iyer. None of the openers. Obviously, we're recording during the MI versus KKR game, and Venkatesh Iyer scored some good runs, which I'm glad, because opening is his best position. They should have never moved him out of it, but maybe that break was good for him. But yeah, I mean, Narayan and Russell are carrying us like always, like always. Andre Russell is the second leading run getter of KKR this season and the second leading wicket taker. And in their last game, Russell and Narayan had bowling figures of 42 for 3 after 7 overs, while the others had 132 for 2 after 13 overs. And in batting, they scored 67 runs of 31 balls, while the others scored 31 of 56 balls. I mean, it's just horrible from KKR. And this goes all the way back to their auctions and their retentions. I mean, I think playing in Sharjah and reaching to the finals in the UAE in 2021 actually was bad for us, because it made us retain players like Varun Chakravarti, who's not fit, instead of Shubman Gill, who's been touted as a future India captain, and even Rahul Tripathi, who's been excellent for us and for uh, us in 2020 and for RPS in his debut season. And we just retained one season wonders. It's been bad retentions, bad auctions, bad player management, bad strategies. I mean, Baz McCullum's strategy that works well for England a lot, of just hitting and just having the backing that you have batsmen below you, that works if your players are actually good. But in the auction, we didn't buy good players. Um, it's just bad from KKR. Um, yeah, like if you look at the lowest match impact in match impacts in IPL 2022, Venkatesh Iyer is second in that list, and he has a match impact of minus 76.6, which is insane. It's second only behind Kane Williamson's minus 84.7. Yeah, it's horrible. And our lowest attack ratings in IPL 22, in the top 10, we have our captain Shreyas Iyer with an attack rating of only 153. No surprise, Williamson is at the bottom, at the top of that list again, with a attack rating of only 133. But nothing's been going well for us this season, and I can't say I'm surprised, because it's been bad management and bad strategy. It's been bad everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you
I
got
think
that
that
off your
sums
chest,
up
man.
KKR's. I think that sums up KKR's situation. But I think I want one more thing to sum up KKR situation. Like in a world of what ifs, imagine KKR with 11 crore budget had bought Nicholas Pooran for 10.5 crore. I mean, I am trying to figure out how they would have had 18 players in their team if they had made that purchase.
I'll tell you, if we had bought 10.5 for Pooran, we would not have had the money to buy Umesh Yadav, who's been our best performer this season. We would not have been able to buy.
I don't think you'd have had the money to buy anybody, not even Tim Saudi or
Yeah.
Definitely not Saudi. No.
anybody after that. Because if what were they thinking going with that buy? Like sure, Nicholas Pooran boosts that batting lineup, but he's not worth not being able to get anybody else. Like a team of 11 wins you an IPL, not a team of 4, as we've seen with RCB over repetitive seasons, right? Like a certain like 3-4 people can't win you the tournament. And with KKR, I think it's been a lot of chopping and changing, as Rehan said. It's been a lot of inconsistent performances. I think the major thing that they've done is they've half their retention was one season wonders, and that's actually quite a sad way to go, because we've seen a lot of one season wonders come and go by. I think the best example to back this up is Paul Valtati, who played for the Kings 11 Punjab. I think many one season wonders, and they've backed those, and they've not come off as well as they would have liked. So I think KKR could have been better with their planning. I mean, even if you don't retain Shubman Gill, I think Rahul Tripathi was a no-brainer. He batted so well last season, and you just throw him to the.
And Rahul Tripathi actually works for Brendan McCullum's style of play, because he's just intent. Like he just goes out there and he hits every ball, and it's not like power hitting. He hits in the gaps. He's a very smart player. He works for Brendan McCullum. I just can't understand this KKR management. Like even this game, 5 changes. You're talking about chopping and changing. 5 changes this game. I mean, sure, it was probably the right changes, but we should have never been in this position anyway. You're talking about
I don't know.
We're talking about bad auctions. 8.5 crore for Nitesh Rana. I mean, sure, he's played well. KKR are actually, in fact, the only team to make more than 800 runs this season and have a strike rate of 140 in the over 7 to 14. And Nitesh Rana actually tops the run scoring in this phase with 215 runs with a strike rate of 150. But 8.5 crore, you've handicapped yourself at the auction with that. It's just unbelievable, the management.
I would say one thing though.
I think the Indian players went at crazy valuations this time, because I think there was like a lot of demand for certain Indian players. But I think that's in a sense the wrong way to go, because like I know Nitish Rana was so great for you and blah 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 whatever. But then if you see some of the other players that came and went by the auction for way lower prices, David Warner 7 crore, a lot of the even like the marquee, the top level foreigner buys that you could get, the best buy at the auction that one could get, according to me, as a foreign overseas batsman, is David Warner. And he went for 7, and very. I'm actually quite disappointed by that. Good strategy by Delhi, but I'm very disappointed by that. So you could have gone for a wide variety of players, but 8.5 for Rana is a bit much. 10.5 for Nicholas Pooran is. I don't even know what that is. That's just that's a mockery of the auction. Like I mean, okay, Sunrisers paid 10.75 for Nicholas Pooran. That's like all right with the way he's performing for West Indies and all that.
They had money.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine because they had money. KK didn't have money, and that's just sad. And you're talking about Gambhir, right? If we continue to talk about Gambhir, just see what he's done at this auction with Lucknow Super Giants. He's made an insane team. We'll talk about them later, but what a team he's made, and KKR is just.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about KKR anyways. Let's move on to Lucknow quickly.
Also, one more thing about KKR is at the very beginning of the tournament, there was a lot of discussion on our side about where Venki will bat. And Om was one of those people who said that he's fine with Venki at number 6. And lo and behold, Venki has not been able to perform until he's come come to the top, or I mean, he's been here and there.
He's come
He has,
back to the top.
huh?
He's come back to the top. He started at the top. only.
Yeah. That's what. So like the Venki that they retained was a top order Venkatesh Iyer. They pushed him down to the bottom. He wasn't able to really perform. He was able to try and get starts here and there, but nothing at a significant run rate or significant runs. And now he's back to the top against MI in the game that's happening right now. And man scored 43 of 24, which I mean, it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
It's a
The
start.
man scoring 43 or 24 against the worst bowling lineup in the IPL. It's not much of a basis for anything. Okay.
No, it's a
Like,
start. Okay, it's a start. We'll see what
yeah,
he
sure,
can.
it's a start, but it's not a. Okay, if we scored these runs against the Gujarat Titans or something like that, then I would be like really, um,
I mean, you don't know if he will
like,
because he hasn't really opened against. He.
okay, that's the management's fault and whatnot. But like,
Yes, exactly.
we'll see over the next couple of games.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're done with KKR, let's move on.